All right, we have another video here kind of describing some more stuff. So one of the things that a DJT style file that is going to be used with C3 and PV3 or PV4 is they're showing more of the actual native tables and columns that are in the ECM that aren't usually used, but now Djt's kind of showing us all those extra tables and columns. Got an example here, just looking at a 2015 bike. You see that normally if you was to open up the calibration, you would just see 15 to 100 kPa. Now we've got this redundant 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100 that's on past. And so with that, you can either just, treat it as normal. To make it simpler, you can just copy and paste everything over, blah, blah, or here's something you can do to use up more of that space and be able to get some more resolution out of it. They say we can just highlight this whole thing, hit H, it'll interpolate in between, break it up, and then boom, now we have a huge table. Then we have a lot more resolution to be able to go through and play with, more, quite a bit more than what we had before. We can go in and change this value to whatever we want. If you want some more resolution in between 3000 and 4000, you can add those tables into there and change it however which way you want. Another thing that works out pretty good is I use it a lot in the map load normalization. So they make this where it goes up to 9000, which most of the time isn't ever needed. So you can just go right into here and start adding some more resolution to it. And sometimes you'll get this where it comes up with this little error. They're working on that for some of the older calibrations. That's just fine. Just hit continue and it's going to go on about its business. Now the only problem is of course with some of these older calibrations, it's going to do that for every single change you make on some of these tables. Okay, but you just kind of go through and just click, force your way through it and it'll be fine. And then 1.75, continue. Okay, so we went through and made those modifications, and so now we've added more resolution to these tables. Another one that we see it in is like in the VE table. I mean, my goodness, they take it, we have tons of redundants down here, which realistically aren't needed. I mean, you can go through and add some more resolution, or, you can do with it whatever you want. The other thing too is, yes, we've got more throttle positions. So if you feel like you want to have some more resolution with your throttle positions, by all means, you can go in there and add it wherever you feel like you want some more resolution, and then it'll follow it through the calibration. So we could have a 90, a 95, we could have a 35, a 55, so on and so forth, resolution in between there to be able to help out with that. One of the other things is like the throttle blade control. Boom, we see that we have tons of extras to add more resolution to do whatever we want. So now we can come in here, let's just for giggles, we're gonna interpolate that. Boom, we got tons of resolution there. And then we can stretch this out, of course, till 6,000, 7,000, whatever you want to be able to add more resolution in those areas. So there's quite a few tables that kind of have these redundancies. The throttle blade control is one of them, the map load normalization, the map-based VE tables a lot of times do, the TPS-based VE tables do, and then all of our Spark Advanced tables usually have that also. And then once you go through and you change the main Spark tables, it's going to go in and change your air temp, your engine temp, and your head temp tables to match because they're all based off of the same kind of same calculation of table. So, but yeah, you can go in there and we can change any of these values that we want. If we want to start this lower, we want to go up higher. That's what's really nice about these tables is now we can physically, or digitally, we can go through and change our breakpoints. We can change our values to whatever we want to, within reason, of course, to be able to get these things to do what we want them to do at a better range. So you're not just stuck with what Harley decided or what this company just decided or that company just decided to use. Another thing too is that if we go through and we look at it, is on the 21 and newer calibrations. We were so used to a 127.5 being our in value. That was the max that we could go to. With the new 21 and newer calibrations, let's say the 27s and 28s makes it simple. We can go in there and we can do, 150. It accepts it, it'll take it, it uses it. So now we don't have to worry about bumping cubic inches constantly to try to fix some of our peaks that we're having that will create, could create more issues in the future. It just works out nice that we now have, I don't even know what the maximum value is. It's, I can probably pump something into there. Oh, there's our max value. Crazy high value that hopefully you'll never actually be attaining. If you're getting anything anywhere near that, you probably need to look at what you've got going on for sure to fix the problem. But yeah, now we're not limited to 127.5. We can go up and above that, no problem. All right, I think that's all I got. Thank you very much.